Sumar nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Menteri Rangba Kajala ukandot ke sangma uloang baka program BUILD. Kadai haluar ban kinti ke jinges no Ïatreilang jong baro kisnong kitau banwan rapat ya ka project DREAM. Menteri Rangba ula keren ya kania menta ka sni baar katayo ka santrik unok pra arajar arpulai ha ka uloang baka build kadai ka we ka program ka bayadan bentalang bat kisnong kitau kidor bar snong manias no Ïatreilang bat ka Sorkar jela kumno ban tek lakam ya ka jingdon Drok bat banwan ra ru ya ki Jaka Sumar ban Sumar ki bala Kyrni ya Drok. Ha kani ka sni Menteri Rangba ula pentip baka project dream kelas sedang ban trekam hanong ba shlong bat shen an sa sedang hajowai bat kumta terter bat namar ka jingdon kam ban hab ban pet benia ki Jaka kumta ka jing pen trekam ya ka program shiki we pat ki Jaka karang ya suki habakran halor ka jingdon ki Jaka Sumar ki ba Shimet Kiba ki dor jing siu ka rem bat ka sham jing e ki bala Kyrni ya Drok ban siu komta Menteri Rangba uloong ba ka Sorkar ban Ïatreilang bat ki Jaka Sumar ba Shimet bat ki seng bhalang ba pher banwan ra e hilat ki lenti ki jingyada na ka benta ki du ki ba Kyrni ya Drok bat da kani ki jing Ïatreilang kini ki Jaka Sumar ki ba Shimet ru kin la ban ai ki jing Sumar ka ba Biang tam ha ka dor ka ba Biang
is the actual main program that we're running, and build is actually building of the community participation for the dream project to go ahead. So it is a part of the community involvement aspect and how we would like to now connect with the community and ask the local dorbas and the local villages, the headmen, the nokmas and development committees to now participate and work with this. So this is very much part of the dream project, and build is one component of the dream project.
So much emphasis has been laid on the Khasi and Jaintia region, however not much light has been shed on Garo Hills region.
Yeah, in fact it has started everywhere, but obviously we cannot do everything in the same day. This requires a very focused approach. So you will see the things rolling out. If you must have seen that in Jaintia Hills also we have not really had a program. So it will be in a sequence base. So the next stop obviously will be either Jowai or Tura. So it's a process. So therefore we have to start somewhere because it requires a very focused and a localized approach, and hence we have done it in a very localized way here in Shillong and Khasi Hills. The same process will be followed further in Garo Hills and Jaintia Hills also.
Sir, we have seen that when it comes to rehabilitation center, there are not much government-owned rehabilitation center in the state. It's all about private rehabilitation center. So is the government planning to have its own rehabilitation center?
So basically this dream project is precisely about that. There was always a gap between what the community and private NGOs were doing and what the government maybe was doing. So hence we realized that the best way to really approach this problem is to work together. And hence we are here to support the private and the NGOs, the private rehabilitation centers, the religiously run religious groups, run rehabilitation centers, or private, run rehabilitation centers. Our purpose is to provide the facilities to our people. Who provides it is not what we're trying to target. But government will now support these private and NGO and religiously run organizations means rehabilitation programs. Government will fund them and support them in whatever way possible to run the rehabilitation programs in a better manner. And wherever necessary, we will examine and we will see if government needs to set up, if there are no private bodies. But we want to avoid government directly opening up rehabilitation centers.
In rehab center, these operators, they are charging at a high rate for treating the drug addicts. So in that case, despite government help, what steps you are taking to ensure that it is affordable for especially poor families?
Absolutely. That is exactly our point, and that is why this whole program has been organized, and that's why the DREAM project has been conceptualized, because we realize that there are challenges like these where the rates are very high. So government subsidizing these organizations will automatically obviously lead to the reduction in the price and the cost and the expenses that are incurred in these rehabilitation centers. While I say that, the point that we are all trying to make out here, that this is a very complex situation and a problem, and we are not saying that we will be able to resolve all the issues or we can overcome things in a matter of months. the process will continue, engagement will continue. But for the first time that in the state and in our government, that there has been a focused and a planned program to bring the different departments and different stakeholders together, funded by government, to work together to address this issue.
So if you can tell us more about this.
So I don't have all the details of everything. I can just tell you in the numbers that the drugs worth about 360 or something crores worth was seized, and all of them have been destroyed. And basically these involve different kind of drugs, be it marijuana or heroin or different kind of tablets or cough syrup. So all cumulative and through the years this amount, and it has been increasing every year. So that is the reason why we are more concerned about the supply side also. So while we are checking the supply side, it is important that we also look at the local issues, and hence these programs have been now worked
This
out.
value of 360 plus crores, it's for how many years? Like 10 years?
No. For the last 3 years, 2 years, I don't have the exact data. I would request if you can just have a word with DGP. He will give you the exact breakup of this number.
So talking about the geographical challenges in the state, considering the close proximity to the Golden Triangle, what are the aggressive measures that the government is taking or will take in future to address that problem?
So, number one, most importantly, we have to remember that we have to work with central government and the other state governments very closely. Central government has been very, very aggressive on this matter, and they have been continuously pushing us to ensure that we take very aggressive steps in terms of continuous monitoring, intelligence collection, taking stand and tough measures against those who are involved in the drug smuggling business. So these steps have been taken, and that's why you've seen so many arrests that have been made. We had challenges before because we did not have our own labs, and hence we could not test the products, and hence the conviction that had to be done was taking a lot of time, because by the time the labs gave the report back to us, the 90-day period was over. Hence we then went ahead and we got our own forensic lab. We invested in it, and today now no longer do we have to depend on any other state. We do our own testing, and immediately we are convicting people who are involved based on the different laws that are there. And therefore there's a concerted effort. Both central government, the different state governments and our state government, we are all working together. And as I said, the aggressiveness can be seen in the way the different arrests have been made and the different seizures that have been made.